Chapter 210 Dragon Blood Fruit. Kang Chon suppressed blood killing from start to finish, so strong that it shocked everyone. How is that possible? The 5 Xuanwu descendants, not far away, had obviously discovered the end of the battle over here. All 5 turtles revealed shocked gazes. They could not be bothered to continue to surround Brahma Heart, and each one of them looked at Kang Chon, who stood on the roof, with a face full of vigilance. Seeing this, Brahma Heart rushed out and laughed loudly. Brother Dao is really strong. The young monk admires him. His eyes were filled with shock. He was very clear about the strength of the blood killer. Even if he were to be replaced, he would only be able to defeat him and not be able to decapitate him. But Kang Chon had managed to do so. Kang Chon was cold and speechless. He nodded at Fan Xin. Then his figure ***** came out, rushing towards the 5-headed turtle with a huge pressure. Kang Chon Hegemony Blood's battle state could not last. He had to kill these 5-headed turtles before then. Otherwise, once the battle state disappeared, he would be plunged into a period of weakness. And at that time, he was afraid that he would not be a match for these 5-headed turtles. Kang Chon would not let himself fall into such a crisis. Wow! An uproar emanated from the crowd. Everyone was instantly shocked, followed by excitement and thrill. Kang Chon was going to sweep everyone away in one battle and dominate the city of Man. Dao brother, little monk will fight alongside you. Brahma Heart couldn't help but let out a long whistle in excitement as well, his figure rising up into the sky, cooperating with Kang Chon to attack the 5-headed turtle together. Just now, he had been suppressed very hard by the 5-headed tortoise's joint efforts. And at this moment, with Kang Chon playing the lead role, he was able to take advantage of the opportunity to take revenge. Brother, there's still me. A golden-colored giant ape rose up into the sky, and people suddenly realized that the cute little monkey beside that Kang Chon was so powerful, turning into a giant ape all of a sudden, exuding an incomparably powerful aura. The 3 great powerhouses joined forces with an unrivaled aura. Everyone was shocked. This was definitely one of the strongest battles in the city of Man. Each of the combatants were king-level powerhouses, and a few of them were even powerhouses with half a foot in the imperial level. Looking at the 3 strong figures rushing towards them, the 5 tortoises couldn't help but reveal a gloomy expression as well. Come on, what are we 5 brothers afraid of? Form a formation, completely kill the 3 of them in this battle, and use their blood to establish the prestige of my Xuanwu clan. Following this, the 5 tortoises erupted with heavenly battle intent as they rushed towards Kang Chon's trio in an equally strong manner. And wherever they passed, the houses and streets crumbled and were destroyed by their formidable power. Kang Chon's eyes flashed with an icy cold light as he blasted his fist towards the boss amongst them. This turtle was the strongest, no worse than the Blood Slayer at all. Kill! The turtle's boss eyes shot out killing intent. His huge body came towards Kang Chon to suppress him, not at all afraid of Kang Chon's strength. At this time, Brahma Heart and Little Gold also rushed up, battling the other 4 tortoises. Amitabha Buddha, the little monk is going to subdue the demons and subdue the devils today, and act on behalf of the heavenly Tao. Oh no, acting on behalf of heaven, it is something that your heavenly Tao sect disciples do. The little monk is better off subduing the demons and subduing the devils. Shout, that stinking turtle, take your life. The Buddha light around Brahma Heart was so great that his entire body transformed into an 8-armed Vajra, directly stopping 2 of the tortoises. His strength was comparable to that of a Blood Slayer, so he could still deal with the 2 turtles. As for the other 2 turtles, they were stopped by Little Gold. Dead monkey. I don't know why. Looking at your grandpa makes me angry. The turtle old 5 grunted, for some reason. When he saw Xiao Jin, he couldn't help but feel a wave of hostility, as if it was bursting from the depths of his bloodline. Strange, I feel the same way. The turtle old four on one side sniffed in surprise. They didn't know the identity of the little gold Vajra god monkey. Otherwise they wouldn't have been surprised. Although the Vajra divine monkey and the Zhuanwu divine beast were both known as the strongest fleshly demonic beasts in the demonic beast realm, one mountain could not tolerate two tigers, and the two were mortal enemies, with this enmity having long since penetrated deep into the bloodline. Therefore, not only are the 5 turtles to see the small gold to gas, is the small gold heart is now also full of killing intent. This killing intent, so that he cannot help but roar, double fists fiercely blasted to these 2 turtles. Fierce battle immediately broke out. All the people in the distance stared to watch, excited. The 5 tortoises were not weak. More importantly, their defense was very strong. Even Kangchon would find it hard to harm them in a short period of time. Their tortoise shells were very hard. They were definitely good materials for refining treasure weapons. Among the 5 tortoises, the boss was the strongest, and even under Kangchon's attacks, he was able to remain undefeated. Or at least Kangchon's attacks couldn't do much damage to him. Of course, the turtle boss attack on Kangchon is even more useless, although their defense is amazing. But the attack power cannot even catch up with the blood kill. To Kangchon is no threat at all. On the other side, Brahma's heart was also in the same situation. He could similarly suppress the 2 tortoises, but was unable to seriously damage them. The 2 tortoise shells were just a hard. Swords and spears couldn't step into them. Xiaojin's side was also the same, although he had the absolute upper hand, but he was never able to hit the 2 turtles. The crowd watching the battle couldn't help but feel depressed. The 5-headed turtle's defense was too strong. It was hard to injure them unless there was a very sharp treasure weapon. And it couldn't be a low-grade treasure weapon. At the very least, it had to be a top-grade treasure weapon. The shells of these 5-headed tortoises were definitely good materials for refining treasure weapons, and were themselves very hard, comparable to treasure weapons. Therefore, ordinary low-grade treasure artifacts could not harm them at all. In the midst of this spirit-sealing space, where flesh was supreme, with such hard flesh, their defense could be imagined. Ha ha ha, your attacks are too weak. It's like scratching my itch. Is this your strength? It's nothing more than that. Wu Gang boss laughed out loud. In the face of Kangchon's overlord fist, he directly topped up his turtle shell to resist it. And that terrifying power only shook him a little. It was impossible to injure him. HMPH. Kangchon snorted coldly, a cold light in his eyes. There was some helplessness in his heart. The other party's defense was too strong. Even if he allowed himself to attack, he was unable to seriously injure him. On the contrary, his battle state had slowly started to fade. I'm afraid he wouldn't be able to support him for much longer. Kangchon was also a little anxious in his heart. This turtle shell. Kangchon locked onto the turtle shell behind the turtle boss. This thing's defense was too strong, making him unable to break through even after blasting his overlord fist a dozen times. I wonder if the blood blade that eldest brother gave me can shatter it. Kangchon suddenly remembered the gift given to him by his eldest senior brother, and although the blood knife had been sealed by eldest senior brother with 4 layers of seals, the sharpness of the king-grade treasure was not sealed. After all, no matter how it was sealed, the material of that knife would not change, and it would still be at the king-grade treasure artifact level. Thinking of this, Kangchon was ready to take out the blood knife. However, right at this moment, a roaring sound came from the city gates not far away, followed by the earth trembling and the ancient city in turmoil. Everyone was instantly shocked. The city gates have opened. Quickly go to the battlefield. It is said that the battlefield in the spirit sealing space has dragon blood fruit that enhances the strength of the physical body. Hurry and go in to look for it. Let these powerhouses continue to fight. We can just take the opportunity to search for the dragon blood fruit. Otherwise, I'm afraid we won't even be able to drink the soup until they get involved. One by one, The trialists watching the battle have ****** come out and rush towards the city gate that was open not far away. The city of man had two city gates. One was the east city gate that came in, and the other was the west city gate that led to the battlefield. At this moment, the opening of the western city gate signaled that it was possible to enter the first battlefield of the spirit sealing space. Kang Chon was also startled by the sound of the western city gate opening. "Dao brother, these 5 tortoise shells are too hard. It's impossible to crush their defenses without being at the Emperor level. We'd better hurry up and enter the battlefield. Don't waste time with them here." Brahma Heart transmitted his voiceover. Kang Chon was a little hesitant. He was about to take out his blood blade to decapitate the turtles. He didn't believe that these 5 turtles could defend against a king-grade treasure weapon. Boom! Suddenly, a terrifying pressure came from the sky. Everyone was suppressed to the ground, no longer able to make a move. Even Kang Chon was no exception. All trialists may proceed to the battlefield, and those left behind will be killed without amnesty. A loud and majestic voice descended from the sky, shaking the entire ancient city. Everyone was shocked. The pressure was too powerful. Kang Chon also looked in amazement as he realized that in the sky above that city lord's mansion, a dark shadow stood proudly, emitting an unrivaled aura. This was definitely an unfathomably strong person. It's the city lord. Quickly go. The city lord is true to his word. Whoever dares to stay will die. A trialist also spotted the black clothes over the city lord's mansion, and one by one, they rushed towards the western city gate and entered the battlefield. "Kid, above the battlefield, we 5 brothers will be waiting for you." The turtle boss looked deeply at Kang Chon, as if he wanted to remember Kang Chon's appearance, then held up his huge body and rushed towards the battlefield. Behind him, the 4 turtle brothers followed closely. Vanshan also came over and said, "Dao brother, hurry up and enter the battlefield. I've heard that there are dragon blood fruits in the middle of the battlefield that elevate the level of the physical body. So maybe we can take advantage of the opportunity to break through to the imperial level." Dragon blood fruits. Kang Chon was surprised. He had heard Emperor Dan say that this fruit was condensed from the blood of a true dragon, and it had a great effect on enhancing the power and strength of the physical body. It was just that the dragon blood fruit was very rare. The entire Flood continent couldn't find a few of them. He didn't think that there would be one in this spirit sealing space. No wonder those great sects would send some body refining geniuses to this place. Kang Chon no longer cared about killing those 5 tortoises and brought Little Gold and Fanshin together to head to the battlefield and leave this ancient city. After all the trialists had left, the huge western city gate ray closed, and the entire ancient city once again regained its calmness. I wonder how many of this group will be able to enter the city of Earth alive. Hehe, the dragon blood fruit isn't that easy to obtain. We have to work hard too. We're different from those trialists. As long as we can raise our physical bodies to the Emperor level, we'll be able to leave this place sealed by the gods. In the city of man, one native cultivator dispersed. Walking out of the city of man, outside was a vast and boundless land, with towering trees, strange and weird boulders, and an unending mountain range. It was a land full of vitality. Kang Chon was surprised that there was such a place within the spirit sealing space. What was even more incomprehensible to him was that while the other side of the city of man was an infinite desert, this side was full of vitality. It was hard to imagine that this was the same space. Boom! After Kang Chon and the others stepped out of the city of man, the huge city gates quickly fell, shaking the ground. In the next moment, a heavy pressure appeared on Kang Chon, as if he felt like a mountain was pressing down on him, and his entire body instantly became heavy. It is said that the battlefield of the city of man has 10 times the gravity, and it is indeed correct. Brahma Heart's voice came from the side. Kang Chon was surprised when he heard this. He didn't think that the city of man's battlefield had such a marvelous thing. Increasing gravity by 10 times out of thin air, even he felt a huge constraint. It should be even harder for the others. "Brother, those 5 big tortoises left," Little Gold suddenly said. Kang Tian eyed the distance, where 5 huge figures disappeared into the sky the blink of an eye. The 5 tortoises obviously didn't want to fight Kang Tian and the others at this moment. To be precise, they knew that they couldn't kill Kang Tian and the others, so they were too lazy to waste time.